Very good morning, my dear first year students and learning enthusiasts. By the grace of Lord Shanmugha, I am once again in front of you, delivering this particular lecture. As I said to you yesterday, we need to have a particular example of how to write the body of the letter. So you can see here, as I have written, on one side you have the question, okay, and on the other side you have the answer coming up now. You see a grid here. You must be a little bit understood as why we should have a grid that too in an English class. This is not collaborative work. We should not think that graphs are only for mathematics or the letters of the alphabet. They are only for English. We shouldn't think in that way. These are all various tools, and we must be ready enough to use them appropriately. So that is the main intention of using these various things. So before I go into the very answer and what is the real purpose of this grid and what exactly is it doing here, I would like to recall what exactly I told you in my yesterday's class rather very quickly. This is the question, as the arrow mark clearly points out. That is the question which I gave you yesterday, and all these marks they imply none other than the way in which we should handle the question. That is question management. That is what we need to remember. Yesterday I told you that we are going to have some 6 important tasks at hand whenever we are doing the aspect called question management. So what are they? Let us see. The first one is what is the task. You can see, my dear students, on the top here you see a letter. A letter is what is called our main task. Then what is the subtask? It is a complaint. Yesterday I told you. After that, you have the third one. Who is the receiver? The receiver is none other than the mayor. So that is the what is called the third important one. Then you have the fourth one. The fourth one is none other than bad condition of roads. You can see the bad condition of roads as the main topic. Then you are going to have the extent of the task, that is word limit, and finally you have the subpoints. So that is how you have got all these 6 important things which are going to be reflected in this particular answer. Now let me come to this particular thing. Now that you are able to understand what this particular thing is going to be about, now let me tell you why I have drawn this grid. Especially when you are starting, please come out of that particular opinion which has been planted in your heads by many people. You have been learning English for a long time, and that's why you know how to write a letter. I have seen people who have been learning English for a long time. Even today, they are not capable of writing the letters correctly. Not only letters, even many things. I don't say that I am very prolific in that matter. The only thing is practice makes man perfect. You will really be comfortable with a particular task, especially writing tasks, only when you have been practicing. For example, many of you know how to ride a bicycle. Okay, not a scooter and all. Maybe you are not entitled to ride all of them. Okay. Now, so imagine that you know how to drive a bicycle. Many of you know how to drive. First day, there must be an elderly person behind you. Maybe your mom or dad or some relative, maybe sister, brother, friend, some other person, an elderly person, or a friend even for that matter, behind you, trying to teach you how to balance the bicycle. Once your brain got that sense as to how to balance that particular cycle, the remaining is history, I should say. You are able to ride it, and even while talking also you ride. I have seen many of these elderly people, and even many of the people on the roads simply holding the mobile phone between their shoulder and their cheek and then driving. I don't know why they do that. I don't think we are not that busy enough. We can take the bike to the left-hand side of the road, park it, or you get down, then complete your call or complete the conversation, and after that you can again continue your journey. That can be done. That is a choice. but we don't do that. I don't know what kind of mentality these people have when they do this kind of things. My students should not be doing all these things because knowingly we are committing a crime. It is a crime to talk and what is called drive or ride a vehicle. That is very wrong. We should not do that. We know it, still we do. So what does it mean? In some way or other, we want to break the law. That kind of thing we have in our heads. So knowingly, willingly, we are not supposed to do all these things. So thank you very much for listening to that particular point as well. I hope many of you will definitely do. Now let me come to this particular table. I'm answering that one. See, the task is around 100 words. Okay, so you have got some 100 what are called blocks here. Okay, I have drawn a table with 100 units in it. So 10 this side and 10 this side. Or better, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 by 10, it is 100. We'll make it 11 by 10 in order to do some things, in order to accommodate some new words and other things. So let it be 110 blocks, that would be better. When you start writing letters, and especially when you are training your brain, okay, so this is brain training. Okay, so when you are teaching your brain as to how you must accommodate the words in that exact space, this is the mechanism. Okay, it doesn't take a lot of time. You can use this on slates. Maybe these slates which you used when you were in lower grades, something like third class, second class. At that time, second standard, VLKG, UKG, if you still preserve those things, that would really come handy for all these things. Otherwise, even a ruled page will do. The only case is you need to draw these vertical lines, already horizontal lines you have. So see that 100 or 110 blocks as I have drawn here are accommodated there. So that would actually ease your situation. That would definitely make your particular thing not only easy looking but also effective. So why I have drawn these blocks, you can now guess. Each block is going to have one particular word. I already intimated to you that the first parts I am not going to explain. I am going to talk only about the body because the letter starts with what is called from address. First there will be from address. After that you will have date. This I already finished. After that you are going to have the next one, that is to address. Okay, and then you have salutation. Even salutation also I am skipping here. And then this salutation is going to be followed by let me write the salutation. That is sir, oblique madam. This also I imagine we have already written because already I explained these things in my yesterday's class. And after that you are going to have subject. So what is the subject? I told you already that this is going to be a complaint. Okay. So it is a complaint about the bad condition of the roads. Okay. Bad condition of roads. Roads in our city. I told you, my dear children, the subject, it begins with an abbreviation and it ends also with an abbreviation. So please remember, all these things are already written. Let us imagine. So the most rather typical part, rather people think that it is a little difficult to draft these sentences. I am going to solve that particular matter for you. As I told you, my dear students, the total task is going to be of something like 100 words. Okay, so 3 paragraphs we are going to have and 4 questions we need to answer. In 3 paragraphs you are going to answer 4 questions. So first paragraph will contain the answer of 2 questions. Second paragraph will contain the answer of maybe one person, and finally the last paragraph, the last person. So altogether you are going to have some 4 paragraphs. Now live we are doing, there can be some problems like enhancing the word limit reduction, all these things we are going to observe. So how this can be tackled, I am going to teach you. So let us start that particular exercise. So first question, as I told you, was who am I? This is the first question. You need to be writing that. So who am I? I am writing it for you. This is the first question. You have to answer this question. Who am I? Don't, as I told you yesterday, don't go into philosophical extremes. You need to be telling who you are with your address precisely, something like that. So I'm not going to what is called leave anything. We will take into account every brand. That will definitely give us the edge. Okay. So I am here in the address we write X, Y, Z, or A, X, X, X. We write that one only. Okay, comma, I am so of, let us say, Nehru Nagar. Best method is our city, otherwise you can also write something like Kalaburgi, if they give Nehru Nagar, Kalaburgi. So full stop. So this is the first sentence. I will indicate the completion of a sentence with something like this. So this indicates that the sentence has been done. So that is the end of the sentence. So let us put it that way. So this is the first answer to the first question. Then you are going to have the answer to the second question. What is that? Why am I writing this letter? Why? Yesterday I gave you this questions. Why am I writing? Why am I writing this letter? So you need to be asking that question there. Why am I writing this letter? So for that you need to be writing this. I am writing. See, why am I writing? So I am writing this letter. I am writing this letter. Why am I writing? Why? Because I want to complain against the bad condition of the roads. Because I wish to bring to your notice. I wish to bring to your notice the bad condition of the roads in our city or town. You can write city or town as it is given in the question. So this is the answer to the second question. That is, why am I writing this letter or one? Why am I writing this one? I am writing this one because this is my purpose. So if you see, my dear students, 10. So you have got 10 and again 11, 21. So 1, 2, 3. Very good. So first you have 10. I left one block there as an indicator of paragraph indentation. And now you have 3 more here. So 10 plus 11, 21 plus 4 plus 4, 8. So 21 plus 4, 21 plus 8, 29. Till then we have done with 29 words. Now we have to go with the remaining part. What is the third question? So this part is the first part. The introductory part is this. This is the first part. So let me do it that way. So this is the first part. Now we go to the second part. The second part, the question is this. Why is this matter important only to me? Why is this matter important only to me? There are so many others who are in the city. If you are the only person in the city, it cannot be called a city. Let alone what is called village, you cannot even call it a village. In fact, if you are the only person. So, important only to me. So this is the third one, which is very important. We are going to answer this third question now. Why is this matter very important to me? As I told you, my dear students, this part contains answer to these 3 points. That is, we are going to expostulate or we are going to explain these 3 points rather in a detailed manner. Once again, I bring to your notice the questions which must be remembered here. Many times we forego at the time of examination. So please be very careful in this matter. So please remember the questions. So the first question is, who am I? Second question is, why am I writing this one or letter? Why am I writing this one? These are the 2 questions and we have got the answer also. I hope now it is looking clear. Now, let us see this part. So I leave one blank here as paragraph indentation. Then we will see the remaining part. This is not only an indication of sentence, but also the indication of the paragraph. Now you see, first paragraph is over. Let us put it this way. So this is the end of the first paragraph. Now you are going to write the second paragraph now. Let us start the second paragraph. So what are you going to write in this second paragraph? You are going to write about traffic jams, work delays, accidents. Okay. So you can write about the city, how it is growing, and how it is very essential for the regulation of the traffic. And regulation of the traffic is rather, it can be eased rather. It becomes easy only when the roads are supportive. So the roads must support that particular aspect. So we can combine both of them and we can write them. So there are several traffic jams, work delays and accidents. So you begin with the condition of the roads. You can write something like, firstly, many people have the habit of writing this word. Please do not write firstly. Okay? Many of us have that wrong way of writing. Don't write firstly, fastly. They are not correct. You need to be writing fast. From second onwards, you can write secondly. But the very first one, it is first. The adjective form and the adverb form, both of them are first. Please do not write firstly. So, first, okay, roads. So, why are the roads bad? Why do you consider them bad? These are the effects, right? So, roads in our, you can write roads in or roads our, okay? With a little bit of change in meaning, anyone can be written, not both. So, roads of our city or roads in our city. Okay, roads in our city are, how are they? They are very congested. Sir, we don't know how to write congested, sir. Then note down spelling. We don't remember that word, sir. Very good. Then you have to write, choose another word. That is narrow. Roads of our city or roads in our city are congested or narrow. First of all, that is the problem. Second is that because they are narrow, okay, and traffic is more, and traffic is growing okay, are increasing, okay, growing more day after day. Day by day is also correct, but that is more colloquial in sense. Okay, when we are speaking to friends some informal way, you can say day by day. But when it comes to formal writing, kindly use what is called day after day. So roads of our city are congested and traffic is growing more day after day. Now you see, if while writing itself, you can feel that you I have got few spaces, I have got so many points. Now I need to write all of them there without spoiling the sense. That kind of sense automatically will be generated in your mind when you start following this mechanism. That's how you have to train your brain. Brain training happens in this way. So after writing a few number of letters, okay, a few number of letters, after writing a few number of letters, then definitely your brain feels now, no, the sentence is becoming longer, the paragraph is exceeding the limit. Like that, you yourself feel. Like on the bicycle example, which I stated at the beginning of today's class, automatically you will feel, okay, I am falling down, no, balance is, I am not comfortable. Forget about bicycle riding, even while crossing the road. A bus is approaching. The bus driver cannot come out of the window next to him and shout, hey, stop, not like that. You have one imaginative understanding, line of understanding. So when you put your foot on the road itself from the pavement, automatically the bus driver, if he feels that you cannot make it to the other side, presses the brake. Likewise, when you feel that you cannot make it to the other side of the road, you also stop from moving. So this kind of understanding you will have. That is what is the main idea that I wish to have even while writing a particular task, which is a restricted task. Restricted task in the sense the limit of the words is restricted. It is limited. Whenever we do this kind of limited task, and that too when we are practicing, it should be done in this mechanism. We need to focus on these methods whenever we are doing it. Okay. So first, roads of our city. This is the introduction to these 3 points, right? This adds, okay. This adds to one to frequent. Okay, frequent. Sir, we don't know frequent. Okay, regular. Okay, regular traffic jams. Okay, traffic jams. So these already we have traffic jams. Even if the road is a cement road, even then we have traffic jams because they are narrow. And traffic is more. Okay. Adding to this, rains spoil the roads. Rains spoil the roads. Okay, as well as 3 words. So it's a substitute along with overflowing, one word, compound word, overflowing, okay, sewage content, along with overflowing sewage content, okay. Rain spoil the roads along with the overflowing sewage content. So what is the result? Work delays. So roads become otherwise. Roads have become the present situation. Roads have become dangerous Or we can do like this. We can reserve this sentence for the last part of this section. We will reserve the sentence there. We will take up this. So, what instead of writing what delays, we will put it like a sentence. What is delays is given. We make it delayed. What is delayed and road and accidents occur or occurring almost every day. Right? Now, if you see, we have covered all the 3 points in this part. But if you notice, there is one other thing which is missing, if you see it carefully. Why is this matter important only to me? So, this personal thing has to be included. Why is it? Otherwise, why should you write? Correct or not? If it is only a public issue, then all the people, it should be something like taken up by the public, right? Not exclusively by you. So why have you taken up that particular matter? What makes you to take up that point also? Some kind of personal preference also adds flavor to the letter, and also some kind of responsibility that you also feel and the other party should feel for you. So it is something like that. So this is the beginning of the second paragraph. So please include that point also in that segment. We need to be including. So include that. Very recently, I have met with an accident. I have met with an accident very recently. I have met with an accident, and my leg was very recently. I have met with an accident, and my leg has been broken. So this is the personal reference. My leg has been broken. So because of this matter, okay, because of this matter, that is the beginning point, if you see carefully. So because of these qualities, you understand now? Because of this last sentence, you have taken up the matter to bring it to the notice of the concerned official, or in this case, our official or the stated official is other than the mayor himself. So you have brought this matter to the attention of the mayor because you have been personally affected. So this is the third important point. So the question to the third important point we have written here. If you see, so here you have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. 44 plus 10. 54. 54 plus 30. 84 minus 1, 83. So here you have got some 83 words. Now you are going to write some last part. That last part, as I have to indicate here, okay, that is none other than the conclusion part. The conclusion part, how it would look like, let us see now how the conclusion would actually be. So the conclusion is, as I told you before, that is the answer to the fourth person. And what is the fourth person? The fourth person is, what should my reader do? What should my reader do? What should my reader do? This is the fourth question which you need to answer here. Simply we cannot say, right? So what is the fourth one which you can answer? So the last one is, what do you expect from that particular authority? You cannot expect the mayor to sit on a road roller and come all the way and lay the road. No, it's not going to happen. So we need to request him. We need to tell him in a very appeasing manner. We need to inform the authority. See, my dear students, this way in which you dress indicates the purpose. That is very, very important. And not only just purpose, but also even the relevance of that purpose. That also should be really understood. We cannot simply take any one example. Something like everyone in this college, every student in this college definitely has respect for the uniform that we wear. Correct or not? When you might have come from schools. For instance, if you have been in SBR public school, then definitely you must have got some kind of relevance. Okay, you must have got some relevance, some importance, some respect, some veneration, some likeness. Okay, you like that uniform. You like it. Now, just because you like your uniform, school uniform, the dress code, will you wear that particular yellow color shirt and maroon color pants and go all the way to a marriage or birthday party? Immediately, if I ask you that, what will you say? No, sir, that is for school, this is for marriage. So what does it mean? That particular uniform finds its relevance only in one place. If you wear that uniform and come to school, definitely the matching, that is the relevance has matched with the purpose of wearing that uniform. You have got that matching. But when you go to marriage or when you go to Devata Darsana, for example, you go to a temple or wearing the uniform, if it is urgent, that is entirely different. I don't say it. For example, that is Ramadan, and you had really been in school for some time, and you didn't have time enough to go home, have a dress change, and then come to the mosque and offer your prayers. You don't have time. Those are extreme conditions, so don't bring them here. So regularly, I'm just telling, just as a general way, in a general manner, just simply see how will it happen. Definitely nobody will be ready enough to wear. You have got a lot of time, convenience, and you have the choice of a very wonderful dress as well in front of you to wear on that particular occasion. Then will you choose school uniform? Definitely not, because that is not the place. Similarly, when you are coming to school, unless it is a special occasion, when you are coming to school on a regular basis, okay? When you are coming to school, obviously you will have the choice of wearing the school uniform, not anything else. Extreme conditions keep aside. We are not at all worried about them. So that is what is relevance that we always should keep in mind whenever we are doing job. Any job for that matter. That's what Principal Devatal sir also told me, I don't know about others, told me one time ago, he told me some time ago, he told me, work beyond doubt. If you work, there shouldn't be any doubt. That is compulsory. I am trying to put it into practice. In fact, those three words, it's like something like a mantra, very cryptically said. Work beyond hope. This is what one day our principal sir, Devatal sir, told us. So I have been trying my best. So you also, as young students of Shri Devatal sir, so you also should be trying to emulate the meaning of that particular word and become really ideal. If not such people, who else can teach us? That's why we need such people in the world. If such people are not speaking, who else will speak? That's why we should keep on meeting. Many times I have told you in my classes also, I mean offline classes, whenever sir comes and sits here, come to him, take his blessings and then go. See how strong you feel. You haven't done it, that's why you don't know its taste. Whether you believe it or not, from this platform, I am very proud to say, whatever I do, even in my personal life, I inform sir. Take his blessings and then do it. If you do it in that way, you see the taste once, then you will come to know. And not just come to know, you will continue with that practice just like me. So that is one advantage of taking blessings from elderly people. It is not only always subject to subject. Subject is there. Marks are there. Of course, they are also important. In fact, they are important. But at the same time, we should be very much what is called concerned about these matters also. So let us come to the last part. So the last part, as I have been talking about the purposeful existence of a particular term in a place, we need to be very much clear about what we are going to write as the conclusion. So in the conclusion part, we are going to tell the other fellow your expectations, rather our expectations. As the writer of that particular letter, you must have some expectations. So what are they? What do you expect the other person to do? You cannot say, "Sir, come out of your office, take a road roller and go on." That is not the way. We must tell it in a very appeasing manner. Whatever it is, however difficult it is, you say it in a very appeasing way. The word is with you. I don't know what it is said in Kannada, but in our language there is a proverb which says, "You look at the word anyway." I got the word suddenly into my mind. I am writing it here in the empty space. Look at this word proverb. My dear observers, please see there are two words in this. One is pro and verb. Okay, pro means leading to, verb means action. So something that actually leads to action. Simply you learn the meaning of that proverb, that is not the correct way. You need to put it into action. That is very important. So there is a proverb in our language also. It says, if your mouth is sweet, the tongue is sweet. If your mouth is good, the tongue is good. Right? So like that they say, the mouth is good, the tongue is good. Like uru manchi, then noru manchi. Noru is mouth. So if it is mouth, if mouth is good, the total tongue is also good. So like that we should be. So the ending should be such that the other fellow should feel to take up the matter that you have referred or have for that matter. So he must be ready enough to answer that. Otherwise, what is the point of writing all this? It is nonsense. It is meaningless. So let us focus on that aspect. Now we have got only these many boxes, and we must be adjusting the boxes also. So let us write the last part. The last part is, what should my reader do? So I request you to take up. I request you to take up this matter, or you can also write it in this way. Instead of writing, I request you to take up this matter. You can condense this and write, I wish you to address the matter soon. Okay, so that people can travel on the roads without any danger. So this is what you write. And after this, of course, as I told you before, you have a thank you. This is followed by thank you. Already I told you. And thank you is followed by sincerely yours or faithfully yours. Yesterday I gave you faithfully. So if you see how many words we have got. So here you have 10 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 10 plus 9, 19. So 83 plus 19. So 102 words. So the total task is 102 words. You are able to get. As I told you, plus 5 minus 5, you can always have. That is always there. Plus 5 minus 5. So all together, I have clearly shown you on the board that the task can be done within the very word limit And what is the word limit? 102. It is 100 words only. You can make it 102 words. Sir, we wish to remove some more things, sir. You can remove definitely by keeping a full stop here. In our city is not necessary because already you have mentioned that name. The word Kalaburgi is already there. So if you feel like removing it, you can remove this. As I see, we can remove that. However we write, there can be a chance of making mistakes here and there. Now the word limit has been met with, but it shouldn't have mistakes also. If you remember my original class on writing skills, I gave you this WRIT, and most important one which I am going to do now is what is called E. E stands for editing. So we need to edit the text here and there. There can be mistakes. So we need to correct those mistakes before we say that the task is over here and there. So I am XYZ of Nehru Nagar Kalpurgi. I am writing. You need to say it orally, especially at the time of practicing. When you are practicing, better it is say orally, loudly. That would be better. So I am writing this letter because I wish to bring to your notice the bad condition of the roads. So no need of the bad condition of roads in our city. If you write in our city, the becomes very essential. If you remove that, there is no need of the. So let us keep it for the temporary period. If we want to add something, then we will. So we have a chance here. So this can be removed, and this can be removed, this can be removed, something like that. We can keep it like that. So we have a chance of removing some 4 words. If we miss something, we can add there. So first, roads in our city is wrong. So you need to write. I am writing the correction here. First correction is first the roads of our city. Let me see if we get a different correction so that we can write the input. Yes. Now it is easy for me. Now here this part. So let me clearly indicate it to you that we are writing something additionally. Originally we wrote roads. Now we are writing something in addition to that. Because we forgot it or we made the mistake. You think that, sir, you wanted it to show us. You take in any sense. Anybody has that particular chance of committing mistakes, but we should be careful enough to rectify them. That's important. Simply committing the mistake and then be very arrogant, I have not done the mistake, that is wrong. Because you are human, obviously, we have the tendency, the seeds of committing mistakes, they are already there within us. So, frequency must be minimized. That is very important. So, here and there can be mistakes, but see that you rectify them before you submit, before you say this is final. That is very important, and that is what makes a particular human being come or travel on the process of rectitude, rectitude towards the right state. You can slowly go. So first, the roads, the is important in our city. Okay, we'll see. So one word has been added now. So it was 101, 102. Now plus 1. We added one more word. Please remember that. And roads of our city are congested and traffic is growing more day after day. Even day after day, if you think the word limit is more, can be condensed into daily, something like that. But here it is okay. This adds to frequent traffic jam. This adds to frequent traffic jams. Rains spoil the roads. There is no connection between this adds to frequent traffic jams and rains spoil the road along with overflowing and all. There is no connection. Suddenly I have written. From where rains have come like that, it appears. Therefore, we need to use what is called the correct linker. Linker is besides. My dear students, please notice the difference between beside and besides. Besides means, besides is what is called the linking device, which is The synonym something for in addition. Besides mean in addition, something that is added, extra, in addition, one word. Besides. Beside is next. Okay. I am standing beside the table. Okay. Something like that. Very next, something like that. So besides, rains spoil. Please see, children, we have added two more words. Besides, rains spoil the roads along with overflowing sewage content. So, work is delayed. What are the reasons? So, there is a comma. You need to place a comma. So, you need to check even punctuation also. So, work is delayed and accidents are occurring almost every day. Is it accidents are occurring almost every day or accidents occur every day? This is what has to be understood carefully. This part. Accidents are occurring almost every day. Please notice, my dear listeners, almost every day has got two injunctions. First one is what is called, it is often born. Second is, it is currently. It can be taken as a synonym for the adverbial, that is currently. So, when you use the word currently, we use present continuous. Suppose this almost is not used, then it should be present simple. So, accidents occur every day. That means it is daily basis. So, present simple has to be used. So, accidents occur almost every day. Seems to be right, but better choice will be what is called occurring. So, you may ask me, sir, shall we write or occurring or occurring? If you think the word limit is enhancing or increasing, you can what is called make it into a single term. So earlier we wrote are occurring. We wrote like this. Now we are joining them together and we are writing occur. Okay. Occur. So an accident occur almost every day. Very recently, I have met with an accident and my leg has been broken. So that is how we write this. Then I request you to address. So when you write I, from this all of a sudden it has come I. Therefore, we need to have a linker. Now you understand what is the importance of this cohesive device. Yeah, there should be linked. If it is not linked, how can you say that it is wonderful? It is all connected. You cannot say so. Hence, I request you to address the matter soon so that people can travel on the roads without any danger. So there won't be any further danger to people like that you are indicating. Let me use a different color so that this part can be a little bit segregated from the remaining part. I think now it is clear. Okay. Now, this is the way in which we can actually write the remaining part. Now, let us come to the significant aspect now. How many total words we have done? That is very important to do. So, we are going to, we have added, so then one more word besides, hence. 3 words we added. Then, so it becomes 105. So 3 words, 102 it was earlier, now it becomes 105. You can take it as it is, 105 are occurring, but we have merged 2 words are occurring into 1 word. Therefore, 104, it becomes 104. Or if you think, sir, we will remove these words, that is, we don't want to write the bad condition. Okay, of is important. The bad condition of roads, the bad condition of the roads in our city. Okay, so if you wish that, you can remove this. Then altogether you can remove 4 words. If you remove these 4 words, then you will get. Let us remove them and see how it stands, how the sentence would stand. At least I have the facility to remove and then rewrite in the same place. Now read the one. I wish to bring to your notice the bad condition of roads or the bad condition of the roads in our city. I prefer this because +5 -5 we have that particular provision. So why can't we now it has been 104? So I retain this. I am not going to cut it. I am going to retain these 4 words so that we can have 104 words, and it is not a major issue that it has crossed that particular word. So that is how I have displayed clearly. Now that I have already conditioned my mind in writing letters, different writings I do. I tell you, my dear, maybe some of the teachers here and there, they may be watching my video as well. See, in our post-graduation studies, we are not taught many such things. Like what exactly are functional in the classrooms, what are really useful inside the classrooms, we are not taught. Rather, we develop them at a later date because we are compelled. Of course, in our university, that's a different thing. In Sharmaswa University, if you join in MA, in 3 semesters, you are going to be taught several things. We have put those things there. In fact, I am taking that particular paper itself. What is composition, how to write those things, what is a verb phrase, what is a noun phrase, what are adjectives, adverbs. Many things we don't know. We don't know the meaning of adjective. Simply we write quality. Is qualification only? In fact, adjectives never qualify. Very boldly I admit. Adjectives never qualify because the meaning of qualification is very much narrow. It is very much limited. It is very much confined. Adjectives do many things. So how those things are, of course, in our university, aside the topic, in our university we are offering, but in many of the other universities you won't find. So you need to be learning these things before you tell them to the students. First of all, practice it on your own, in your own mechanism. First practice. How can I attempt this task? How can I, if you are very clear about how to attempt a particular task, I'm addressing this to the teacher, then you can tell your students also as to how they have to attempt. So this part I indicate none other than as paragraph 1. This is paragraph 1, as I have already written there, paragraph 1. Or what is paragraph 1? This is introduction. I wish to tell you one more thing, and of course this is the development. You can see, let me write it here. Development, and of course the last part, as you see here, I did much calculation. In fact, many calculations I have done. Okay, so here you have what is called conclusion. So this is how the 3 parts of a particular letter can be penned. If you see here, even very clearly, it shows. You look at those yellow lines, okay? These yellow lines. If you can see these, follow these yellow lines carefully. It looks like this. Now this I will show you. Your letter, especially the body of the letter, should look like this. Like the third eye of Lord Shiva. Remember it that way. This is the introduction. This is the conclusion. Conclusion is even smaller. Conclusion is smaller than introduction. So this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So the first part is rather limited. The third part is even smaller than the first part. And then the development part, I, B, C. The introduction, the development, and conclusion. So it looks in that structure. When the body is written in paragraphs, this should be the format. The format of your body should be in this way. Middle part should be larger than the rest of the 2. Then your task means it has reached its conclusion. So that is what I wish you to understand from this entire text. So please practice it in this format, in this form, in this mechanism. You need to be practicing your sessions, letter writing sessions. If you practice in this manner, especially by remembering these 4 persons, that is, who am I? Why am I writing this letter? Then why is this matter important only to me? And of course, the last one, what should my reader do? If you remember these 4, any letter, any formal letter related to unrelated official, written to an unrelated official, can easily be composed, can easily be written. And this is a very easy way with the help of which you can master letter writing skills. I thank you one and all for your what is called regular participation and appreciation also. Here and there I receive some comments from the groups stating that, okay, we have understood, thank you sir, thank you, something like that. I am really grateful. Let it be 1 or 2 comments, but those 2 comments are enough for us. Keep commenting on your own teachers, congratulate them, thank them. That will boost their morale. Even PCMB teachers, you just say, sir, it is wonderful, I was able to understand this. If you really get the benefit, then definitely you must praise. What wrong is there in composing one praiseworthy statement and sending it to your teacher? That definitely increases not only the relationship between you and the teacher in general, but also boosts his or her morale, so that the next class would be spoken in a better way, or explained, the topic is explained in a better way. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me, and I hope you are able to understand the mechanism. And I also hope that you will be able to write answers to letter writing questions whenever we actually share them for your understanding. So please remember these things very carefully and try to emulate the same kind of system whenever you are attempting the letter writing task, and especially when you are practicing. Thank you very much, my dear students. Once again, yeah, as usual, I say, please take very best care of yourself and even the elderly people in the house. We need them. Okay. So now is the time for you to take the screenshot and preserve it for your future use. Thank you.